Hi, welcome. Thanks for tuning in today and welcome to the today's session. Today I'm excited to talk one topic of one of the scrolls which is written in a book called The Greatest Salesman in the World. In case if you haven't read this book yet, I really request you go through this book because you'll find a lot of insights. This is one of the best books that you could read for your personal development. So let's get into it. Let's talk about one scroll. I will master my emotions. All the scrolls are wonderful for you keep your daily reminders, but somehow this is really touched my heart. And then you see, if you have a balance in these two, trust me, you will never go wrong, or else you will never fail. Definitely 10 years from now, 5 years from now, if you practice these things. So I just picked up from both the sides. Now there are two areas that he describes it. Now, one time when you're really almost low of your life, one time when you reach to a height of your success, and how do we need to keep ourselves in check for us to not to lose what is the way forward. If you don't control your emotions in any of these areas, you will certainly fall down, you will go wrong. But or else you can think back and see, were you there in any of this kind of situation, and did you went wrong, did you fail, and how did you manage to move up? And these are the things which is written by, I know, if you look at this Greatest Salesman in the World, it's not only about the sales, it's a personal development book, and one must read this book. And this is my favorite read, and I can read it, but every time I read, I always find some great insights. So say for example, you're in a low, all-time low, whatever the situation you are in. It says, when I'm depressed, I will sing a song. Now, how many times have you out loud sing a song? You don't have to be, opera singer to sing. Just out loud something. I'm sure, everyone loves the songs. When you're depressed, go outside and then scream out loud or else sing a song. When you're sad, laugh. When I'm sad, I will laugh. When was the last time you really enjoyed a comedy movie and then laughed your ass off? Think about it. And in case if you missed on those things, and these things that you really need to connect, maybe make it a point like once in a week or once in 2 weeks, or two movies, comedy movies, something can make you laugh, or some shows that which can give you that the laughing pleasure that you really need to do. It doesn't matter what kind of, there are certain things that you really need to plug into your life if you're really depressed. Okay, when you're sad, laugh. When I'm fearful, I plunge ahead. Like I had mentioned in the previous videos, fear is fearing itself. It's very difficult to plunge ahead when you're already fearful. But you say, when I'm fearful, I will plunge ahead. When I'm feeling poverty, I will think of wealth. This is about thinking about the future, setting the goals, and you are not the circumstances where you are living today, and there is a much brighter life ahead of you. So whenever you are stricken by the poverty, think of the wealth to come in your future. When you are feeling incompetent, say for example, you reach to a certain place and certain position, and you are feeling in that particular role incompetent, and whenever you feel incompetent, think about the past success, think about the past projects which you accomplished, think about wonderful things and great achievements you had. So that is not to put your shoulders up and again, but then in those kind of moments, whatever the achievements you had can lift you up to move that past. Okay, whenever you're uncertain, raise your voice. It could be in terms of your personal, and there are many times we keep our voice down even though you have opinions to express, in a professional way, in a nice way. So whenever you have uncertain, when the things are really wrong, there is always a way that you can put across, hey, you know what, this is my view, what do you think about it? You don't have to going against the wall and say, this is what I think, and either you do it or you don't do it. No. You put across, because we're always answerable for someone, and we're at the same time we're always guiding someone. So you have to find your balance. But whenever you feel uncertain, raise your voice. So that's about when you're feeling a little low, and there are other insights also which you can read the book and then you can find out. But let's get into when you're all-time your highs, and when you're all puffed with your success, and what are the things that you have to keep in check in terms of mastering emotions. When you're overconfident, think about past failure. Same like we connected. When you're incompetent, think about the future success, and think about the past success. At the same time, when you're overconfident in this category, think about the past failures. How many times did you fail? So that you keep yourself a little bit down here. Baba, you know what? There is something that you really need to work on it. When you are overindulging, think about the past hunger. When you grow from lower end to the upper, as you're growing past it, don't forget where are your roots from and how you progressed and what are the sufferings you have gone through. So whenever you're overindulging, always think about the past hunger. Past hunger means, I'm not saying that you went to sleep. Perhaps if you did, you definitely should think about that. But however, thinking back our sources, where is our source from, where we were, and then how far we reached, and where do we stand, and what is the way forward. In a complacency, when you're feeling complacent, what does it mean? You know what, I did everything, this is the best, I'm peak of my height. Think about your competition. Your competition is going to overtake you at some point of time if you don't keep moving around it. Suppose if you're in some job and you're good at what you do, but at the same time maybe there are some young generation which is coming with the better things, better ideas, smart innovation, and so on and so forth. So if you're keeping yourself complacent, you're going to stay where you are, and the competition is going to take over. Whenever you think about you're great, think about the shames. Again, it's not about the failure. Think about the shames which you have gone through, so that that can keep you in check. If you're you know great wealth, always think, whenever you're overflowing with the wealth, always think about one hungry child, one unfed mouth, which is going to the bed without having the food. When you think about that, you will always have a pleasure of giving back to the society. And then when you have that intention, I'm sure you will come across to the people who really need in that. So that in case if you have a great will, always think about one unfed mouth. One. Okay. Whenever you're proud of yourself, think about always how many weaknesses you have in your life. These are the 6 things that you can keep in check when you're in your all-time low, when you're puffed up with your success, so that that can control your emotions and keep you on track for years ahead of time in a right direction. So I hope that helps. And then if you haven't read this book, I sincerely request you go through this book, The Greatest Salesman in the World, written by Mandino. Wonderful book, and you will not regret it, and this will definitely help you to develop uh, your life to the next level. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.